Guys, in this situation here, let's imagine that I'm playing the butterfly and my opponent is gonna step on between my legs and I gotta set up the heifer. I always say that, no gi, you have no choice. You gotta be at least good enough on butterfly. No gi, it's at some point it's always gonna end up in the butterfly again, right? Because the reason why is because no gi there is not so much engagement as gi. So for example, gi we have the guy's gi, right? So we can always put him down and keep him on the heifer. But no gi many times happens, for example, that I'm fighting against my opponent, I have him on the heifer, and then something happens, he disengages against me, he stands up and he runs away, and I cannot stay laying down like that, you know. I probably would need to sit up, okay, and I would need to start playing like some sort of butterfly over here, right? So I always say that, like, no gi, it's really important to be at least good enough about butterfly as well. We gotta understand about butterfly, right? So guys, when I'm in the butterfly, my goal is to try to keep my buff elbows closed here, right? On between my legs. I don't want to stay like this, or give me too much space to get under the hook and this and that. So I want to stay nice and tight over here. You don't need to be super flexible to stay like this. Some people, they almost put the chest on their feet, and that's great for them, but I'm not this level of flexibility. So my goal is to stay like this, kind of closed, right? But let's imagine fighting against Mau here, against my opponent, and he's gonna step in between my legs, right? So as soon as he steps in between my legs, I want to go to the single leg, right? That's my favorite move. So if he just stops there, I would put my hand on the mat, I would back step with my right foot, and I would come up with a single, right? But let's imagine the worst scenario here, that my opponent's gonna point his knee against my chest, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. Look, when he does that, I'm not just gonna start crossing his knee over here. Okay? I'm not gonna let him point his knee on my chest and now cross it and start passing, right? So just come back again. So as soon as he points his knee on my chest, I'm gonna bring my buff knees up. So I'm gonna do this, right? Let's change the angle a little bit here. So I kind of close my buff knees around his leg, right? Now if you guys see, my right hand goes to my leg. And I keep this grip nice and tight here, right? So his leg is stuck on between my legs. If he thinks about crossing his knee, I can even stop. Try to cross your knee. I stop it. I place this hand over here and he cannot cross anymore, right? Guys, now all I gotta do is my right foot, right? I'm gonna place it on the mat. Now my left foot, I'm gonna kick his butt, and now my left hand is gonna go to his leg. Then I just turn, I control both of his legs, and I just come up, and I have a sweep here, very, very clean, right? So let's see one more time. Fighting against my opponent, I'm the butterfly, he's gonna step inside, and I'm gonna grab his leg, right? Once I did that, he's gonna start pushing his knee against my chest, and I'm gonna bring my both knees to me, right? Now my right foot, pay attention, my right foot is gonna go to the ground. My left foot is gonna kick his butt. Once I did that, my left hand is gonna control his foot. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna control around his knee with my right hand. And I'm gonna come up and get a sweep. Right? One more time, let's change the angle here. Fighting against Mau, he's gonna place his foot on between my legs. Right away, I'm gonna control his leg. Now pay attention on my buff knees. I'm gonna bring my buff knees up. Right? Now that I'm here, I'm just gonna place my right foot on the mat. I'm gonna kick him over, and I'm gonna control his shin over there with my left hand, or his feet, or his foot, or whatever I can. Now I'm gonna turn, and my right hand goes right to his knee. Now that I'm here, all I'm gonna do is just keep turning, and I have the sweep just there. Right? So guys, once again, one thing that's good to understand here is that when he steps between my legs, I grab his leg as quick as I can. Now I bring my buff legs up, right? My buff knees are up here. And now if he tries to cross a knee, I can use this hand to stop it. Look, tries to cross him up, he cannot, look. And then, the sweep is just there. So it's pretty simple, nothing like very sophisticated. Nothing that you gotta turn upside down, you gotta do like a beating bolo or anything like that. It's very simple. So that's why I like it so much. Okay guys, in this situation here, we're gonna do the sweep that's very well known as the coyote fighting and the dog fight sweep, and it's gonna come out from the knee shields as well, and I'm gonna explain when do I use that and when do I use the regular single leg, okay? So, once again, guys, my favorite one is the single leg halfway, right? It's the one that I'm here and then I go straight to my opponent's leg, right? But many times what happens is, I can just get a little bit of underhook. My opponent doesn't let me get all this underhook over here. So he closes his arms, and then I just get until here, look. So that's not enough for my shoulder to go all the way down over there, right? So guys, normally this is the time that I go for the coyote sweep that Lucas Leite does very well, if you guys are familiar with him. So guys, I would only use this position on this time, because I like better the single leg halfway when I go to this leg. But at this point, I can't go to the single leg, right? And guys, I always like to say that there's no better or worse here. It's just like person, right? The single leg halfway works better for me than the coyote halfway, but it doesn't mean that's better or worse. But anyway, let's imagine I got here, he closes his arm over there, and I can't go to single leg. My shoulder doesn't fit there. So that's the time that I'm gonna do this. Like I'm gonna bring him to me. Once I bring him to me, now I'm gonna use this hand on his triceps and I'm gonna scoop down here and grab his hip, right? So look, it's kind of weird for me to go to the single. I could even try, look, I could even go here, start going low, but it makes more sense going like this, right? Guys, once I did that, I'm gonna start twisting his leg over there with my opposite leg. I'm gonna twist, 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 and I'm going to start turning the knee. Once I do that, probably he's going to set up the wizard. He's not going to set like this, he's going to set up the wizard over there. So I'm going to twist, 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 and come to this position. Right? Guys, first sweep we're going to do here is very simple. We're just going to grab his leg and finish on that side. Right? So let's see again. So once again, I want to explain why do I use that, right? I use this position, as I said before, when I don't find that gap. I just got a little bit of underhook. Look, not more than that. So I can't go for a single leg, right? So what I'm gonna do right now, see how my elbow is on the mat? I'm gonna lay down and bring him to me, controlling his triceps. Once I got here, I'm gonna scoop him up. I'm gonna push him up, look. And I'm gonna go as low as I can. Now that I'm in this situation, my right leg is gonna go there and it's gonna start twisting, 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 twisting. Guys, if he doesn't set up the wizard, it's very simple. I'm just gonna run to his back. And I have his back, right? So that's why like 90% of the time my opponent is going to set up the wizard. So look, I'm here, I'm gonna go there. Don't let me get all the other hooks, so just let me get a little bit of other hook. Boom! I'm gonna bring him to me and I'm gonna push his elbow over. And that's gonna give me the space to grab his hip. Once I start twisting his leg, he's gonna set up the wizard. Right? Now that he got the wizard set, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn on the knee. And now I have two options here. This one and the one that I'm gonna sweep to the other side that you're gonna see later. So from here, I'm just gonna try to grab his leg, drive, and I have the sweep. I really like this sweep because I stop in one of my favorite positions. That's this shoulder pressure here. And then I can just jump to the side and keep passing. Right? So that's going to be super useful in this situation. That's the only time I do this coyote dog fighting sweep. Because I didn't get the underhook, total underhook. So if I got the full underhook, I would go to single leg halfway. That's my favorite. But in this case, I couldn't do it. He closed the door, so I got just a little bit of underhook. So then I bring him over me, I push his elbow, and I get the full underhook. And then also I have the full underhook, I twist his leg, and I go for the sweep. So let's do one very quick time here. Look. Let's even change the elbow. In this situation, I'm going to try to get under the hook and lock in the door. I got just a little bit. So I'm going to bring him to me. My left hand goes on his triceps here. I push him over and I scoop down here. Look how I got his hip. Now that I got his hip, I'm gonna switch my leg. Open, 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 open. Turn on the knee. Grab his leg. And go for the pass. So, very good. That's, for me, the perfect time to use this type of sweep. Okay guys, so in this situation here, once again, we're gonna go for the Coyote Heffler, for the Coyote sweep. And once again, I'm gonna go for this type of Coyote sweep when I try to go for my single leg Heffler, but my open close the doors. So look, I got just a little bit of underhook. If you change the angle here, there is just a little bit of underhook here. So that's the time I go to his hip instead of going to his leg. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna lay down and I'm gonna control his triceps here and open up his triceps and open up my shoulder in the same time. And I'm gonna control his hip, right? Once I did that, my right leg is gonna twist his leg. So I'm gonna twist, 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 until I get to this point. Now in this scenario here, all I gotta do is turn on the knee. And he has the wizard set up. So pay attention, I'm gonna turn on the knee and he has the wizard. Guys, my first way to go here is always grabbing his leg and trying to take it out. But he's gonna hide that leg from me. So I can't find it, right? So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting a ton of pressure towards this side. And also I feel that he's putting pressure against me, I'm gonna go underneath him and sweep all the way down to the other side. And get it on top. Right, so let's see again. So look, I'm gonna set up the Coyote Heffler, the Coyote sweep here. And why I'm gonna do that? It's because my first way to go is always going to the single leg. So I always wanna get here, right? But at this time, he's gonna close the doors and I can't get there. So I'm gonna try to go there, he's gonna close it. There's no way I can get there, right? So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna bring him over. In the same time that I bring him over, I open up his arm. So I'm gonna do this, like, open, 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 and control his hip. Right? Now, I'm just gonna switch legs. Twist, 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 until this point. I'm gonna turn on the knee. I'm gonna try to go there, he hides his leg from me, so I'm just gonna scoop underneath him. And go all the way down for the sweep. Right, so one more time. So I'm here, my knee's pointing against his chest, I'm gonna try to get the underhook. Oh, he's gonna lock, so I'm not gonna get too much underhook, just a little bit. So I'm gonna bring him to me, open up his triceps, and get his hip. Now I'm just gonna start switching the leg. Push, 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 push. I'm gonna turn on the knee. I'm gonna put a lot of pressure there. And then I just go underneath him. And the sweep becomes very, very easy. So that's gonna be the way to go. Guys, this situation here, we're gonna do a position that I actually learned when I was at Marcelo's school. Who showed me this position was Paul Schreiner. That's one of my favorite friends, my best friends, and one of the guys that I saw that has one of the most beautiful jiu-jitsu. He understands about every position from everywhere, right? So he showed me this technique once, and he showed a bunch of techniques. Some I would apply for my game very well, some not, but he showed me this one also, and I was like, man, that fits on my game, because I can use that against the very good wrestler who set up the wizard, and it's very hard to break it. Right, so this position we're gonna use on the dogfight to go. We're gonna go for the dogfight. My opponent's gonna set up a really strong wizard, and I can't fight against that. We're gonna do something here that we're gonna spend zero energy, and we're gonna be able to completely break his game and come up with a sweep in a very weird way for him. So this can be very useful, especially like if you're getting older or you fight against guys very strong, has strong wizard wrestlers. So let's see how to do it. So. Guys, let's imagine I got on this situation here, right? That we call that like the dog fighting, okay? So let's imagine I got here, my opponent set up that very strong wizard, right? Really, really strong. He's making pressure with his shoulder down, so it's even hard for me to turn on the knee. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna lay down, right? Guys, also now it's hard for me to come up, right? I'm still stuck here. So pay attention to my left hand, right? Guys, my left hand is just gonna push his leg down. I'm gonna open my heifer and I'm gonna lock it over his leg, right? Once I did this lock, my right leg can even like lock it a little more on his feet, right? Guys, now look what I have here. He has the wizard, right? So if he keeps the wizard, I can easily start turning, and come up with a sweep here. And that's gonna be a very bad sweep for him, because I have his buff legs together. So I'm just gonna need to keep coming, and look where I am, almost on the mount. Right? Let's go back. Second option here. Let's imagine I got here, but for some reason, he's gonna open the wizard, right? And now I cannot bring him towards that side anymore, right? All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this arm, and I'm gonna start going towards this way. And I'm gonna get the sweep in the other side. Guys, I could even go to his back as well. I could go over here, right? And I'll just let go and come up. Normally, I like avoiding going straight to the back because I like better getting the sweep for sure than maybe getting the back. So if you can choose, you can have the sweep 95% sure, or you can have the back 60% sure. I would go for the sweep. I would like to guarantee that I'm gonna get something, that I'm gonna be there, then maybe gets the other thing. So let's see again. So look, let's imagine finding this wide open and I got here, right? Guys, even if I didn't get the full dog fight here, if I got just a little bit and he closed his arm over there, I can easily bring him to me and get him. Once I got here, probably he's gonna set up the wizard really strong, right? So that's the time, look, he has the wizard really strong, right? I can't come up, I'm really stuck here. All I have to do is bring him to me a little bit and push his leg down. Once I did that, I'm gonna open my leg and lock it. Now that this is locked, pay attention like how my right foot is hooking up his leg, right? Now look, I could go towards this side, especially if he keeps the wizard, or I could also go to the other side, especially if he opens the wizard. Even if he doesn't open the wizard, I can easily push this arm and come up. Right? So let's see the other angle here. Finally, it's my open. I'm gonna get the wizard. Let's imagine I got the full wizard. I'm gonna get the other hook. He's gonna get the wizard. All I have to do is this. Look, I'm gonna lay down and bring him to me. Right? Then let's change the angle again. Just make sure you guys can see I'm fishing his leg. So look, I got here, right? So I was here. All I gotta do is lay down and bring him to me. Pay attention on my hand here. It's almost like a cup grip, right? I'm gonna push his leg down, open my heifer, and lock it over. I lock it and I even pass my foot underneath his shin, right? Now, what I'm gonna do, I can go towards my right side, or I can go towards my left side. If he has the wizard, the right side is gonna be perfect. And I'm gonna come up in a very good spot for me and very bad for him, like almost on the mount. If for some reason this one doesn't work, I can easily push his arm and come up on this one as well. Always very tight here. So that's one of my favorite sweeps from the dogfight. And this completely messed the wrestlers because they're not expecting that we're gonna put our back on the ground, lock their legs with our legs and come up. This in wrestling would be like, I think, would be a pin, because we would need to put it back on the mat. So wrestlers are not used about that. So that's one of my way-to-goes when I fight against that. I love this position. Okay guys, in this situation here, we're gonna do the one that I call the invisible knee bar from heifer, right? So we're gonna start from the heifer, we're gonna go for the dog fighting when you control the hip, and then from there we're gonna hit the knee bar. That's my favorite knee bar when I'm on top, when I'm passing the guard, that's my favorite one. And you're gonna do exactly the same, but from the bottom, right? So it's a very cool one, let's see how to do it. So guys, let's imagine I'm fighting against my opponent here. I have the heifer set up, right? controlling his shoulder, controlling his biceps. I'm gonna stretch my leg down and I'm gonna get his hip, right? Once I got here, he's gonna set up the wizard, right? Just set up the wizard. Look, he just set up the wizard over there, right? Guys, all I gotta do here is I'm gonna lay down and bring him to me. Once I did that, this hand here is gonna meet the other hand on top of his hip, right? So I'm gonna make this grip, right? Once I did that, look how I'm sideways. I don't want to be sideways anymore. I want to be in the same line as his knee. So I want to kind of place my back on the mat here. And I want to get on this spot over here, right? Once I got on this spot, I'm just going to push my hip against his knee until he taps. Many times what happens here is I do like 1, 2, 3, boom, I push. Once I push, he twists his knee inside. So just twist your knee inside, and then I just go for the sweep from here, and I get the sweep, right? But of course, if I can peek, I want to get the knee bar, I don't want to get only the sweep, right? So let's see again. Fighting against my open, have my knee pointing against his chest, right? Framing him, I'm gonna get this underhook, right? And now once I got the underhook, I'm gonna lay down and bring him to me. My goal here is control his hip, guys. I could even do the sweep, this submission, without controlling his hip, but it's way easier for him to move. So I really wanna lock my both hands here over his hip. That's the spot he's gonna get stuck, right? Now look how I'm not sideways anymore. I'm kind of flat, right? Now look, I don't have the triangle closed. I have kind of like a guard closer here. And now I'm just gonna press my hip against his knee until he taps. If for some reason he twists his knee inside, I'm just gonna go and bring him all the way down to the other side, and I'm gonna finish with the sweep. Right, so one more time, last one. So I'm here, right, with the knee shields, my knee pointing against his belly, as strong as I can, keeping the distance. I'm gonna get the underhook, and in this scenario, I'm gonna go to dog fighting. I'm not going to the single leg halfway. So I'm gonna go to dog fighting. He's gonna set up the wizard. I'm gonna lay down and bring his hip to me, look, as much as I can. Once I did that, I'm gonna connect my both hands, right? I'm gonna close the guard and stay flat here, right? Once I'm flat, I'm just gonna push my hip against his knee. I like doing the halfway like this, look. My legs closing this way. I could even do the other way, but it seems a little weird to me. I prefer way more doing it this way, right? Now I'm just gonna use my hip against his knee. And if you're training, don't do it too quick, don't do it too fast. But in the tournament, we have no choice here. If you do it slow, he's gonna twist his leg. So I would suggest pushing a little quicker until he taps. And even if you don't get the submission, you can easily turn to the other side and go for the sweep. And the sweep is just there waiting for you. Okay guys, this situation here, let's imagine I'm gonna go for the dog fight again and my opponent is gonna set up a very strong wizard. And I was very close to sweeping, right? I did the dog fight, I turned on the knee, I got around his legs, but I couldn't fight against his wizard. It was too strong to me, right? So what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna leave the wizard. I'm gonna let the wizard, you see that he's gonna fall down. He's gonna have a so strong wizard, and I'm just gonna take apart his wizard, and I'm gonna end up going to his back. So let's see how to do it. So let's imagine I'm fighting against my opponent. I got here with the knee shield, my knee pressing against his knee, against his belly. That's how I like to do in the no-gi. Always like making this pressure, right? Now I'm gonna go for I'm gonna get this underhook here and go for his hip, right? Guys, once I got here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the knee to go for the dog fighting, right? Or the coyote sweep or whatever you guys wanna call. So I'm gonna turn the knee and I'm gonna get here. So look how I have this sandwich here, right? Guys, this position is only gonna work when you feel that your opponent has a lot of pressure with this wizard. So imagine you're pointing your shoulder down as much as you can, Mamal. Yeah, a lot of pressure. So guys, all I'm gonna do here is pay attention on my hand. I'm gonna put thumb down, and I'm gonna take it apart. So I'm gonna do this way. And I'm gonna run to this back. So you gotta have a good timing, because you gotta feel that he's making a ton of pressure for the wizard. So you're just gonna do this, look. You're controlling his hip, you're gonna do thumb down, and you're gonna do this. Right? So let's see again. Let's start from here. Look, I'm here, I'm fighting against him, trying to take him down, he's making a lot of pressure. I'm gonna place this hand on the mat, open up the space, and run to his back. Right? So all you gotta do is you have your elbow on the mat, you gotta create that room, right? So you're gonna put this hand, you're gonna lift it up, and you're gonna do this. So one more time, let's see. So look, I'm here, fighting a small ball, making pressure, he's making pressure back against me. It's been tough. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my hand, bring it to me, and run to him. It's a very simple way to break the wizard that many times we don't even think about it. We're so like stuck on trying to go against the wizard that we don't think about like getting away from the wizard. Let the wizard go. Okay, so that's one of my best ones. I learned this one doing a lot of private lessons with Hudson Taylor, which is in my opinion the best wrestler I ever trained with. He had hold the record of top 5 pins on Division I college of the history. So super high level. And he showed me this way, like just to get away from the wizard, like how to get rid of the wizard. So let's see one more time. Let's imagine I got here in the dog fight, and look, I have his legs in between my leg. I'm trying to go against him. He's making a ton of pressure against me. So if I try to do this from here, I'm not gonna have enough space. So all I do is I put this hand on the mat, I pretend that I'm going against him, he's gonna go against me. I just bring this hand like this, look. And I switch, but it gotta be quick. So look, one more time. I'm making pressure, he's making pressure back. And there I am. That's it. Guys, in this situation here, we're gonna hit a triangle from one of the positions that's most common when we are in the knee shields. I got the knee shields, and then my opponent goes there, and he makes what I call the sandwich. He makes a sandwich from my butt flags, and he smashes the butt flags together. When you do that, you will see that this position is very familiar. Like for sure, if you play these shields, that has happened to you a lot. So we're gonna come up with a triangle from there. That's a very good position. It works like a trap. My opponent's not expecting that, and when he sees, he's inside the triangle. So let's see. So guys, let's imagine that I'm fighting against my opponent here. I have my Hafner set up, right? And he's making this pressure here on my leg, right? All I gotta do is I'm gonna go behind here, and I'm gonna control kind of his armpit, right? I'm gonna make this grip here kind of like on his shoulder. Right? And I'm also going to control his wrist over there. So it's important to grab his wrist. So if you didn't have his wrist yet, you can even lay down and come up and control again. Right? Guys, I'm going to do slow motion, and I'm going to do quick. But in slow motion is really hard to do that. So you got to do it quick, but I'm going to try here. So guys, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to kick my leg that's over, and I'm going to push my leg that's under. So I'm going to push until it comes out, and I keep controlling kind of his triceps over here. And then I just pass my leg over, I bring him to me, and he's on my triangle. Right? So let's see one more time. Fighting against him, have my knee pointing against his belly. I'm gonna come up, control over here, look, on his shoulder. Right? I hope you guys can see this grip, it's really important. If his arm is away from me, I can't catch it, I'm gonna lay down, control, and come up again. Right? So it's important to be controlling his arm and his armpit. With slow motion again, I'm going to kick the leg that's over, I'm going to bring the leg that's under, I'm going to create this space, pass this leg, and close it, right? If you have shorter legs, it's even easier to do that. So let's change the angle here, let's do for this angle, right? So look, I'm here, he's going to make the wizard over, he's going to make the sandwich over there, I'm going to come up, and this hand is going to go behind his armpit, right? My other hand, my left hand goes to his wrist. So even if his wrist is away, I can lay down, catch it, and then come up again. Right? Now I'm going to do a quick move here. I'm going to do it in full speed. Look, this hand is here like as a cup grip on his, kind of like his shoulder and his armpit. Now I'm gonna keep buff, opening my legs and going to the triangle. So I'm gonna do like this. Like. Got stuck here, that can happen. If that happens, I'm gonna need to push the shoulder a little bit and go again. So let's do one more time. I'm here in this situation. I'm gonna control his triceps. I'm gonna control his wrist. I'm gonna kick both legs and pass. Right? Many times that can happen. Like I got stuck here. So all I gotta do is butt feet on his hip, leave that hand, pass, and go to the triangle. Right? So let's come back again. Let's do the other side. The other angle. I'm here. I'm gonna make a pressure with my knee on his belly. I'm gonna control his wrist, come up, control his armpit. I'm gonna kick both legs. My right leg I kick down, my left leg I kick up. So I'm gonna kick both and pass and close the triangle. Right? So if you do one more time on slow motion, I'm here, my knees pressing his belly. I'm gonna come up here, control his wrist. I'm gonna kick this one, bring this one, pass and go to the triangle. If for some reason, when you're trying to pass, you get stuck over here, you're gonna pretend some sort of omoplata here. And then you can take your time to switch this leg inside and go to the triangle. That's very common. I mean, like, for every like 5 or 6 times I hit this one, happens that 1 or 2 my foot gets stuck and I have to adjust and close the triangle. And when I adjust, I pretend that I'm going to the omoplata and ended up closing the triangle later. So that's a very good one, it's a very good trap. Guys, one of my favorite games in no-gi, especially when my knee shield is not working, is what I call the half butterfly. It's a mix of halfer with butterfly. So in this situation, I just want to explain how it works. What's that position? Why it's so effective? Why it's a good option when my knee shield is not working, right? So let's imagine I'm fighting against my opponent here, and I have the knee shield set up, right? I have the knee shield set up here. It's strong, it's good, but I didn't see any option here, right? Nothing was working, right? So one option that I have is I'm gonna start framing my opponent. And I'm gonna open my knee shields and I'm gonna place my foot inside, right? And I'm gonna play this position here. Guys, one thing that's really important here, I don't wanna play this half butterfly, just switch it a little bit here. Come on, let's turn towards this side here. Guys, I don't wanna play like this with my feet kind of like dying over there. I wanna have my butt feet alive, right? Because that's gonna work like a hook. So that makes it harder for him to escape. If I just keep my foot like this, he can easily start moving his leg and start getting out from my half butterfly. So I want to have my butt feet alive over there. Look, as I have it as a hook, right? And then I start playing the game from here. Guys, from here I have a bunch of options. I could do, for example, an arm drag from here, and I kick my opponent forward and arm drag him, right? That's one option. Another option could work from here. I'm here in the half butterfly, I'm going to start pushing my opponent and I'm going to start scooping underneath his leg. Then from here, I could either grab his leg, something like this, or even both hands, or I could just use my hip to bring him over and put him in the one leg X guard, or maybe in the X guard, or I could even like rip my leg over and go to heel hook and all type of dispositions. And anything like that. Also from the half butterfly, I could even use like an arm drag to the other side, right? Opening up this leg. So there are a lot of options here from inside the half butterfly game. And it's a very good game. It's a very safe game as well, because there is no leg attacks here, there is no foot locks here. So I can easily play my game because it's gonna be very hard for him to attack my feet. When I'm in the knee shields, for example, I gotta be alive. I gotta be careful, right? He can easily start wrapping my leg. So half butterfly is the type of game I can take my time. It's really important to keep those both hooks alive. Keep those both feet as a hook. And then I'm gonna see what my opponent can offer to me here. I could easily go to the butterfly as well, kind of like a regular butterfly sweep. Right? So there are a lot of options. That's why it's called a half butterfly. Okay guys, in this situation here, we're gonna work on arm drag from half butterfly again, right? So that's the half butterfly. Look, I have my foot as a hook on his leg, and this other foot is gonna come in here as a hook, as a kind of like a butterfly again, right? Also here, I'm gonna kind of sit up and set up this friend over here, right? So I'm gonna place my hand on his shoulder, my hand on his wrist, and this and that, right? After that, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch my hand to his triceps, and I'm gonna play the game from here. I can take my time here, I don't need to be rushed. There's a chance he's expecting that I'm gonna do an arm drag here, but there's a very big chance that I can just stay here for as much as I need, right? So even if he's expecting, there's no problem, right? Guys, also I'm here, I'm gonna start setting up the arm drag. So I'm gonna do slow motion first. All I gotta do is I'm gonna kick him forward to set up kind of like a butterfly. So I'm gonna do this, look, I'm gonna kick him to create this space. Actually, I'm gonna move backwards when I try to kick him forward. Now I'm gonna bring his arm to me and I'm gonna switch to the other side. And also I open up this leg. Now that I open his leg, all I gotta do is come up and set up this seat belt over here. And then I could bring him to me and take his back. So let's see again. So look, fighting against my opponent, I'm gonna set up the half butterfly. What's really important, remember, this feet has to work as a hook, so it gotta be alive. Gotta be like, kind of like strong there. The other foot comes as a hook as well, right? I'm gonna frame him here and this and that. I'm gonna control his wrist, I'm gonna control behind his triceps, and I'm gonna keep this grip, right? As strong as I can. Now I'm gonna push him forward. When I push him forward, you guys will see that I'm gonna move backwards. So I'm gonna do quick right now, look. And I run to his back. So let's do one more time slow motion. Let's change the angle here also. I'm fighting against my opponent. I'm gonna set up the half butterfly. Watch the half butterfly. I'm gonna have my left hook really strong over there on his chin, and my right hook over here is strong as well, right? Once I did that, I'm gonna control his wrist and I'm gonna control behind his triceps, okay? After that, all I gotta do is I'm gonna push him forward as strong as I can, create this space, and switch his arm all the way down to the other side. Now I'm just gonna come up and set up the seat belt. Once I have the seat belt, I can easily put the other hook, or I could just have brought him to me and I'm on his back. So one more time, guys, last one. Fighting against my opponent, I'm gonna set up the half butterfly. That's the game. I'm gonna control behind his triceps and I'm gonna control his wrist as strong as I can. Right? Now I'm gonna push him forward to create that distance. So I'm gonna do this, look. Look at this distance. That's the butterfly. But I already have the arm drag set up. So now all I gotta do is come up and set up the seat belt, and I could go to his back here or just stop here. So that's the move.